Hey Siri, what's the temp out?
It's 7 degrees outside.
7 degrees outside. All right, guys. Well, what's a nice balmy day in Minnesota? We're going to be running a 13.5-foot Arctic sectional pusher on the front of a Kubota loader that's an R530. Now, this is not one of your big monster loaders. This is kind of one of the smaller ones. In fact, I've got a bigger loader right over there. But when it comes to snow plowing, bigger does not always necessarily mean better. In fact, I specifically spec'd this loader out because of its size. Today we're going to be doing open ups, and we got to be squeezing this machine in and out of traffic. And when we're doing that, we don't want a big monster machine with a big fat butt to be backing into things and hitting things. We want something light and nimble. That's what we got with this loader. It'll still push all as much snow as a much bigger machine, but it allows us to squeeze into tighter areas. So let's hop right inside and start making it earn its keep. All right, so there's a couple neat things or interesting things. This Kubota forward and backward is right, if you look down where I'm pointing right here, the shifter is this little tiny button right on the handle. That's your forward and back. Your 2-speed is right here, these two buttons simultaneous, and then neutral is the button in the middle, so you got to look down and to the right. I don't know which way right is on your thing, what you guys are looking at. Parking brake, green means go. We're all set. Let's actually start to go to work. The machine is still pretty cold at this point. If you look at the exhaust popping out the back, window's still frosted up, but you can at least tell how warm a machine is by how white the exhaust is. And this one is pretty cold still. Now, we don't have much of a storm coming today. We'll probably get anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of snow or so. So it's just a little baby system coming through here. And what we do when we have snowstorms during the day is we have to actually keep the accounts open and clear the entire day. And then we go into a full push in the evening. And basically what that means is me and a bunch of other guys will stay out here all day long, making sure that trucks like that FedEx truck, which you may not be able to see because it's white, it's pretty white outside. So trucks like that FedEx truck and cars and vehicles can get in and out without worrying, without a whole lot of issue or problems. It's like my blinkers or my flashers are on. Is my flasher on? Blinker on? Blinker. Oh, look at that snow rolling. We are getting some snow. When she rolls like that, you're getting snow. Alright, so let's talk about different pushers here real quick too while we're going through this. I'm not used to this shifter yet, you guys. This is a brand new loader. This is, I think, this is I think the second time I've actually been in it using it. The other shifters that I'm at, other loaders that I'm used to have a shifter right here on the stick. Forward, backward, your speed selector. But every loader is different. Typically, the more efficient a loader is, you'll find things like this Kubota. This Kubota is designed more for efficiency than it is for value, as in, you know, they don't cheap out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. My Sledge, they cheaped out, and that's fine. I mean, I knew that when I bought it. I wasn't getting the nice shifters and everything. Now look at this thing moving some snow. Let's so you can see as we're going down this drive lane, or as we're going down this lane, we'll have cars always on both sides of us. And the beauty part about this loader is I sit up just high enough that I can see over the tops of all these cars, so I can see other cars and traffic. And of course, somebody always picks the spot where the snow goes to park their car. Because, I mean, why not? Oh yeah, we'll have 1 to 3 pretty easy if this keeps up. See, I'm doing it again. Not used to it. That's all right. Old school, right? It only takes about 5 minutes before you're like, oh yeah, oh, I got this. A lot of driving around in a loader like this, it's just spatial awareness, making sure you know where your curbs are, making sure you know where your light poles are, also being very conscientious of where incoming and outgoing traffic patterns are so that you don't hit any vehicles while you're operating. It doesn't take anything more than a dab of common sense and just being a little extra cautious and just taking your time to become a good equipment operator. I think those are some of the most important things. And then one of the other things that really sets a good equipment operator apart from an amazing equipment operator is an amazing equipment operator also does the maintenance on their machines. And you'll say, well, all equipment operators should do that. They don't. But how well they do the maintenance kind of is an indicator of how well they may or may not understand their piece of equipment. I've had guys that know equipment so intimately that they can listen to it from a video like you guys and call out issues and problems. I've had you guys do that. It's amazing. I love it when you guys are like, hey, check that back tire. It sounds like that could be rubbing on something. That doesn't sound right. And I check it and it's like, sure enough. That kind of brings us indirectly to the last point, which is equipment operating is not just skills and being able to maintain your equipment, but it's also a combination of other things like listening, just being aware of how your machine should operate and noting if there's any changes in from what it should be doing to what it currently is doing. God, it's got to be pretty cold out. We're not getting any defrosting action in here. We're just plain and simply got some decent whiteout conditions right now. So here we go. As we're moving forward, we've got a curb directly in front of us that you can't see. And I'm saying you can't see because you'll see it in a minute. That I'll open up the door as we go by. Or the door will open itself up as we go by. It's right here. But they get buried. So you gotta know it. I've already heard a couple of you guys say, why don't you flag your lots? No. You flag your lots when you don't know your lots. If you know your lots, you don't flag your lots. I don't say that to brag. I say that because that's just the life. That's just the fact. You flag them when you're not familiar with them. When you're familiar with them, you don't flag them. Plain and simple. I'm still shipping with that stick. this thumb shifter. God, that is sweet. That is just sweet. Driving a front end loader like this is so much easier than driving a skid loader. There's no comparison. It's just a more comfortable ride. You got better visibility. I can see everything all the way around me. Where your positioning is better. You're just higher up. There's so many advantages to a loader over a skid loader. And getting twice the amount per hour for a machine. That's a nice benefit. Wait, what? You didn't know you can get almost twice as much per hour for a loader like this than you can for a skid loader? Not everybody knows that, so let's explain that. I did a video where we talk about the different contracts that I have, and one of the contracts that I have in place is as a subcontractor. Which means that somebody else is paying me by the hour to maintain this account, which is fine and dandy. I want to get paid to maintain this account, right? Well, in the industry, this is a pretty common thing in the industry. There's certain rates that certain pieces of equipment get paid. And a front end loader, at least in my neck of the woods, gets a little over $100 an hour, anywhere from $100 to $150. But a skid loader can get, well, like legit, the rates we get for skid loaders, I think they're 62 or 67, or something that makes it not even worthwhile. It's like, I don't think it's worthwhile to run a skid loader. Because this loader right here cost me the same price as a skid loader. But I can plow with it better, get better results, move as much snow, and get paid twice as much per hour. Certain things that just don't make sense.